Hey guys, Demi here from Atlas Vibration Spirituality, and I am here with your Lunar Eclipse and Pisces collective update. So, as you guys know, we have been in eclipse season for a little while now, so I'm excited to share with you guys this more educative video on Virgo and Pisces energy. Sorry if you see, like, dust bits flying around. I have the Dyson here, and it's just doing its own thing, so and I also have this ring light camera, so it's kind of just showing everything that's in the air, and that's why I look like a ghost, honestly. So, first things first, my friends, is I am uploading this the night before the eclipse, so this is happening either, depending on where you're at, it's already happened, or it is happening tomorrow, or it is happening now, at 25 degrees of Pisces. And I asked Spirit, like, what the main thing about this particular eclipse, and they told me, let that shit go. It's time to emotionally cut ties, things that don't serve us anymore. And we're coming to a big cycle of complete and major change. And it's not easy because we've been feeling this for about 4 to 6 months. It depends on timing and where it's at in your chart. And so this is the aspect where the nodes are actually beginning to shift. So we are seeing now that the nodes are moving into, like as it retrogrades and waxes and wanes, it's moving into Virgo and Pisces. And so I want to talk to you guys about this axis, and I want to kind of give some clarity because I probably won't be touching on this video or on this axis until next year in like in March and February, in that area of time, and throughout the year. So this is kind of important to kind of see where the start of this is happening for you and where, like, what's going on, so you can kind of get some clarity. So as you know, Saturn is in Pisces right now, so you're kind of seeing already this, especially if you're going through your Saturn return like I am, and I'm feeling for you guys because I'm just going to put this out there. And just being honest, this video is going to be it's going to be long. It's probably going to be the 15 minutes, so just bear with me, and I want this to be very Piscean in energy, where it flows, and so I'm not forcing anything. I'm not, sorry, like my neck just like cricked, but I'm not forcing anything. We're just going to move and flow, and we're going to enjoy our time, and we're going to talk about spiritual things. So, and I'm doing this actually like at 11 o'clock at night, so I'm doing this in a very calm time where there's not a lot of energy around me for me to feel for my empath. So this is, if you're in your Saturn return with Neptune in retrograde, with, in Pisces, and then we have the nodes shifting to Pisces, and I know we're almost there, guys. I think it's next year in May is when we're done, so you've been through the rough shit. It's kind of hitting now at its peak, so you're feeling this Piscean energy, and you'll probably get more clarity on this as you continue to listen and understand what's happening depending on where it is in your chart. So we are clearing out emotional, literal, and karmic closets. You're seeing where you need to let go, get rid of things that you don't feel on a deep level. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It talks about, it's a feminine sign. It's classified as a feminine sign. I take it as an aether sign, which is everything, every element, everything, the spiritual aspect of life, where it is that connection to spirit. And so this is a sign of duality because it is symbolized by the fish. I don't know if right here. And so it's basically like the symbolism of yin and yang. You know, you can't have the masculine without the feminine. It's within you no matter what. And you go through the same old song and dance. So this is the same thing with Pisces and duality. It is every sign in the zodiac combined. It is Cancer and Scorpio in one. So now here we are. It's ruled by Neptune, and also it's ruled by the moon in tarot, and it also rules the body parts of the feet. So it's very interesting to see. If you guys are in your Saturn return, you're probably seeing that, you need to pay a little bit more attention to your feet and really sitting in with this flow of things, because Pisces is boundaryless. It rules dreams, It rules the soul. It rules the spiritual plane, the astral plane, in which we go into after we pass away. It is our karma. It's our karma and somewhat of our past lives. It rules drugs, enemies, sleep, peace, and being in flow, like I said, with one and all. And we need to understand that we are all a reflection and connection of each other. And so you're going to see, and have been seeing, and will continue to see over the next 1.5 to 2 years, that this is where you're coming to. You may be feeling that you need to come back to your spiritual roots. You need to come back into this kind of mentality, or step into this more of a spiritual practice. You're seeing that you may need to make changes on a deep level. Now, and I'm going to give you examples, right? So, for me, this is happening in my 6th house. This is happening, my pattern return is happening in my 6th house of Pisces, and that is ruled by Virgo, the house of Virgo. So I want you guys to think of a room. There's a house, that's your house, and it has a theme for every room, and we're in the Virgo room, but it is decorated with Piscean energy. And so what Virgo rules, because we'll get into this, but Virgo rules co-workers, it rules pets, it rules your daily routines, and your physical lifetime manifestations here. And so Pisces is all about the soul. Pisces is all about when you go to sleep, because you guys, if you've watched my videos, you've heard me talk about this. This is your soul speaking to you. The body rests, but the soul never does. And so this is really key to taking with you as you move into these changes and what's happening now, depending on where Pisces is in your chart. Now, I've been hearing for a very long time that it's very hard to sleep. So even for examples, right? So this is happening in my house of daily routines. I'm coming to these big cycles of completion of where I am in my daily routines, what's not fitting in my daily routines. And for those of you that know me personally, you know that I need to start getting up earlier. I need to start changing and taking care of my body more, my health. My eyes have been dry due to the fact that I take a lot of allergy medication. I take a daily medication, so there's that 6th house in Pisces, like we talked about, daily routines, and Pisces rules that. It's decorated with that. Saturn's in there, and with the eclipse, that means that the moon is moving through, and that I need to come to this emotional cycle of completion that doesn't suit me. Some of you know that I just bought a new mattress because it's finally time for me to sleep better. It's finally time for me to finally put myself on a routine schedule, realizing that I need to move my body more. And I know it sounds funny and you're like, Demi, you're just aging, but like my hair, I'm noticing my hair is thinner. I was told that maybe because I had COVID a couple years ago, my hair is thinning out, so like I need to change my diet. I'm seeing that there's certain things that don't work well for me, and that I'm not a 20-year-old girl anymore, I'm 30. So everything is changing. Now, with this is happening in a set specific area of your life, so feel that through, make the changes. What doesn't resonate with you anymore? You're clearing out some karmic lifetimes. You may be trying to understand why things are happening on such a deep level that you're not understanding. Maybe that there was a past life connection, or just this fear that you're getting over. Pisces also rules fear, and so it has a light and a dark side. And so to understand this better, because the eclipse is happening at 25 degrees, this means that it is amplified in that shadow energy. So let's go over light and shadow energies or light energy and shadow energy in Pisces. On the light side, or in this light, in this positive mindset, Pisces energy is very intuitive. It's psychic, nurturing, creative, artistic, deep, highly emotional, and just love. Love is the language of Pisces. They are so self-sacrificing and giving to other people. And the dark side, or the shadow side, the more negative aspects of this sign, is they can be very, like Pisces, if you know them, but the sign, it can cause people tending to feel jaded, a victim mindset. They can be very manipulative. They can be very cold, because if you can be really empathetic, loving, you can be very cold and very hateful. Unforgiving, selfless, like being almost so selfless that you don't even think about yourself. And disoriented from reality and spaced out, and even having a very addicted personality, or addiction to things, or being obsessive about things. Because remember, Scorpio comes in from that. It's the next sign after that. So just keep that in mind. Now, it's opposite of Virgo. Now, think about it, being self-serving. You know, Virgos are very helpful. They're very service-oriented. They're very just selfless in that way. And there's Pisces, it's opposite, where it's all about love and being of service at a greater level, and they love to help, they feel and they love to give to others. And so the two signs go hand in hand, and they tend to really take a lot of, I don't want to say abuse, but something that these two signs need to learn is that they need to give to themselves. And usually Virgo's a sign about themselves. It's about healing. It's about going through and dealing with all that pain. But it's also about making sure that you're giving to the right people. And this is why I feel that Pisces has that enemy sign, because now you're having the full picture, you're having this alignment, you're understanding that some people are not your friend. Some people don't have your same best interest. There's people that aren't there for you, that you need them to be. So you're seeing that, the reality and the illusions are coming down. This is Piscean energy. Having that rose-colored glasses on and seeing that you're romanticizing about life, and seeing where you were romanticizing and need to come back down to reality. And that's that Virgo energy of taking that physical action, because it's an earth sign, into that manifestation. Now, I hope that this makes sense to you guys. So you're seeing right now more of those shadow energies. So for example, I am seeing right now that the reality and what I created in my mind and I'm living, and I'm like, yeah, this is so great, and like this everyday reality, and I can live in this like perfectly, like, not created reality, but I can live in this reality where, it's really not that bad. But then I realized, I was like, yeah, my eyes have been dry for weeks and I probably should have gone to the doctor. However, when I realized it was a problem, or I really should have seen that, that like the daily life and the daily grind and life is not the way that I really think that it is, and coming crashing down from that reality and realizing I have to change that and take those glasses off. So this is something that I want you guys to think about and ask yourselves, because this is deep. I want you to feel. I want you to step into your emotions and feel this. You're probably emotional as it is, and I say, don't take this out on other people. Eclipse season is all about kind of going in and doing your own healing, and it's really tough at times. It just depends on where it's at. So what chapters, I want you to ask yourself, what chapters are closing? What needs to be cleared out? How can you sleep better? Who doesn't have your best interest? Who isn't your friend when you thought that they were, and how are they not supporting you? Because this, once again, the sign is all about support and giving. So where do you need to find peace? How can you move in the universal flow without forcing? Because Pisces, once again, is boundaryless. It knows no bounds. Water has no bounds unless something stops it, and usually it's an earth energy. Air and fire are not going to stop water, so you have to step into that Virgo energy to kind of ground it down. So once you feel things and you're flowing, well, guess what? Stop. Use that Virgo energy of being in the daily grind and the real reality and doing the physical work and being of service to others in a very positive and high vibrational way. And once again, Spirit's advice is clear this out. What's run its course? How can you deepen your spiritual practice and your connection to the divine and where you're at? And it's also about, like, whether you're going into witchcraft, whether you're starting to believe in past lives, whether you're deciding to step into a new whole way of life and letting go of an old way of life. We're stepping into this season now where you are going to be seeing these changes between Virgo and Pisces within the next year and a half, or year to 2 years, depending on how you feel and how you move through things, okay? So I want you guys to keep in mind that this is somewhat, depending on where you're at in life, just the beginning and starting of this chapter of seeing cycles of completion and seeing where things need to be changed and moved out. It's all part of our evolution, okay? So I do have a little bit of time to pull a card, but I got like 50 seconds left, and I don't want to get super deep into it, but let me just pull one card as our best advice to move forward in a practical way, because we're kind of up in the clouds right now. The Magician reverse. So here's the thing. Some of us have to ground ourselves down into this reality because we can really get sucked into the spiritual aspects of life. Understanding that Marcus Aurelius is coming through, and I love him, and I've been working with him for a little while, but long story short is going back to source and understanding the balances of light and dark. Step into the Piscean energy. Understand that you are a divine soul and you can create, but don't stretch yourself so thin into the spirit that you're not here grounded in your reality, okay? So until next time, my friends, namaste.